So y'all, Boosie, he accepted a plea deal on his federal pow charges. He said that he's tired of fighting this case, and he accepted a plea deal. Now we don't know what he actually accepted, and his court date for that plea deal is August 20 something. I think it's the 26th or something like that. But yeah, he accepted a plea deal, and Boosie is one of those type of people. Either you like him or you don't. It's no in between. Like either you like Boosie or you don't like him at all. And I like Boosie. I think he crazy, fun. He's funny, but yeah, he be clowning. But I like Boosie, and it's sad his situation. I know if you do the crime, you got to do the time. I get it. I know, and maybe I'm a little biased in this situation just because I like Boosie. But yeah, it's sad what he's going through. I talked about his situation months ago when he was on Instagram. No, not Instagram. He was on Twitter, and he posted and tagged Donald Trump, asking him to help him in this case because he was fighting it for a long time. Well, quite some time, fighting this case where he was basically on Instagram, and he did a video where he had a pow in his waistband, and I guess the feds was watching him. Now that's a whole nother story, because why was they watching you in the first place? To even it was as if they was waiting to catch you doing something, because based off that video and him having a pow in his waistband, they arrested him. They charged him with having a pow. Now, he could have argued that it wasn't real, because that's what I would have did in that situation. But again, because he is a felon and he's not supposed to be in possession, even if he said it wasn't a real pow, they still could charge him, because they're gonna go off reasonable doubt. They're and if they assume or they feel that is real, he is his argument, or it's his burden to prove that it wasn't a real pow, and more than likely it probably was. Everything in this video is alleged. But because of that, they charged him, and the case was thrown out in court. But last year, I believe it was in June, the feds picked the case back up and charged him again for the same case. And it's crazy because he was pleading, I think that was back in January or February, right after Trump got in office, and he gave pardons to those people who ran in the U.S. Capitol. Boosie was on a Twitter, or X, but I still call it Twitter, asking Trump to help him in his situation, because his situation was unique, and usually when a case like that is thrown out, it's not picked back up, and they picked it back up, and he was expressing that, and people was kind of making fun of Boosie on X, saying, hey, you sitting up there begging him, and why you begging him for help? If he's gonna help you, he gonna help you. Stop begging him, and you look like a fool and all this. And like he said, this is my life on the line, so I don't care what y'all think. I'm gonna ask or do whatever I gotta do, because at the end of the day, when I gotta sit in that jail cell, it's gonna be me by myself, not y'all. And I agree with him, And I feel like if Trump can give those people who ran in that U.S. Capitol a pardon, Boosie can get one too. So I agree with him. This is my life, because at the end of the day, when I got to sit in that jail cell, where y'all going to be at? What are you talking about? So yeah, at the end of the day, though, he announced, I believe it was yesterday, he announced that he decided to take a plea deal after talking to his family, and they come into an agreement that that was the best option, because he was tired of fighting this case. So I'm gonna read this article really quick, just to give you guys a brief rundown of like everything that happened with the situation. And it says, Boosie revealed over the weekend that he's accepted a federal plea deal related to a pow charge. The Louisiana native, whose real name is Torrance Hatch Jr., first faced weapons charges in 2023, only for the case to be dismissed. However, a new indictment followed the next year, reviving federal scrutiny. And I guess this is something he posted, or something he said right here. He posted on Twitter. He said, just accepted a plea deal from the federal government on my pow case. Boosie wrote on Twitter on August 4th, which was yesterday, as reported by the Shade Room. I thought this case was over and I was going to get on with my life, but God don't make mistakes, and I'm tired of fighting. In his post, Boosie underscored the emotional toll of the case and how family factored into his decision to stop contesting the charges. Talk to my family, and this is the right decision, he said, later adding, to all my fans across the world, say a prayer for your boy and go get the new album. While the full terms of the plea remain sealed, the announcement leaves open questions about what lies ahead for the outspoken artist. I believe that was part of his problem. I believe that that's part of the reason why why he was being watched. Maybe he said something that they didn't like, because why would y'all watching them? But see, people need to understand they being watched everywhere. So I don't even that's something that's said all the time. I don't know how many times people got to hear the fact that these people will watch you. They watch your social media. That's the best place to catch people up. So yeah, and it says Boosie legal issues have been both persistent and public. After initial 2023 charge, prosecutors brought fresh allegations in July 2024, including a rug-related count. The artist has also inserted himself in other high-profile controversies, most recently weighing in on the federal arrest of former NBA player Gilbert Arenas. Arenas was briefly detained and later released on a $50,000 bond in connection to an alleged illegal gambling ring. Boosie responded online, not only questioning the charges but defending Arenas' actions. This is what Boosie wrote. He set a poker game at his spot and won off the hands played. What the F? That's the same as getting a cut off a dice game that's at your home to millionaires. That's called a cleaning fee, he wrote. You know how many successful athletes, rappers, coaches, businessmen, and women call their friends over to effing gamble? These are professionals who enjoy gambling. And he not lying. Like, it's people that do that all the time, that they have card games and poker games. So I don't know what the problem is. He is exactly right, but him being outspoken, maybe it was a situation he spoke on that they didn't like. And it says his comments reflect an ongoing frustration with what some artists see as double standards in how celebrity behavior, particularly in hip hop, is policed. They not lying. Boosie's case, while unique in its detail, echoes a broader pattern in hip hop where legal entanglements often intersect with questions of profiling, cultural expression, and reputation. For some, these battles serve as cautionary tales. For others, they fuel conversations around systemic disparity. Okay, so yeah, he's not lying. It's the truth, and that's one of like Boosie. He be bringing up stuff that a lot of people be scared to say, and he said uncut and unfiltered, and yeah, he's straight to the point. And I think that that probably play a part, because Boosie speak up on a lot of topics and situations that go on with people, and he's somebody that is known to always speak up. So maybe he said something that they didn't like. And it's really unfortunate. Yeah, he probably shouldn't have had the pow pow. But if the case was dropped and they picked it back up, like, why are y'all picking on him? Like, y'all steady coming for him. And like he said, it's people that get away with doing stuff all the time. Y'all don't come for them. And that's true. I'm sure it was probably 50,000 poker games this past weekend at some of these celebrities and famous people and businessmen houses. That's a thing. So how you gonna come for one person and not come for, and for him speaking up on it, what's wrong with that? He telling the truth. They go for people they want to go for. They need to be knowing what's happening out here. But whatever the case may be, yeah, Boosie took a plea deal. I'm not sure what that is yet. I would love to know. As far as I know, the last time I seen anything, a felon in possession of a firearm, it is a minimum of 5 years. That was a while ago. So I don't know if things changed or whatever, but I just know that that was a minimum sentence of 5 years. And it could be different, because that was a while ago the last time I saw that. So I don't know for sure, but we'll find out before the month is out, I'm sure, because he goes back to court, and that's when I guess it'll be revealed in court, whatever that plea deal is he agreed to. And I just wish him the best. He just had a baby and stuff like that, and nobody is above the law. I get it. I can't stand when people think that they are. but he probably made the right decision because they was fighting him nail and tooth with this case and wouldn't leave him alone, and he couldn't seem to get help from Trump. I hope that Trump do step in and get him out this situation, because Boosie was pleading with him back in January, and I don't even think Trump even looked his way. So yeah, and it seemed like he ain't really on nothing. He ain't trying to do nothing to nobody. At least I don't think. We only speculate because no telling what these celebrities be on and what they got going on and what they be doing. So I would never try to speak up for them on what they probably doing, because no telling, everything you think they're not doing is exactly what they be doing. So whatever. But I like Boosie, and yeah, it is what it is. So tell me what y'all think in the comments. It's just sad, and I just want to let y'all know about that. So bye.